every time there's something new that comes out, we think because it's new that it might provide some sort of answer. But I'm trying to be realistic when I say this. How anybody could still believe that this is Brian Koberger.
Searching for a four-vision ride, under surveillance, nowhere to hide. Influence creeps like blood on the floor. Fine line between peace and war. From campus to crypt, the script lips tragic, mystic and twisted. Magic turn manic, walk through lingers, but the echo remain. Chains of the slain and eternal pain.
And here we go. Welcome to the freak show, the best in town.
I am completely stunned. Whether it be Linda Lane dumpster cam, Linda Lane car park, the intersection footage that Plunder got. I believe it was Jules that got the new hour or missing hour for 1112. I'm just stunned. And it seems like every time, even with the documents too, every time there's something new that comes out, we think because it's new that it might provide some sort of answer. This might not be the most popular thing to say, but I'm trying to be realistic when I say this. The new footage, while yes, we heard crazy screams, we absolutely heard crazy screams. It's not the first time that we've heard it on camera. And my question is, and you guys know how I feel about the footage. I've been looking into it. So this is not knocking the new footage in any way, shape, or form. I think it's incredible that it's out there. So let me just put that on record. But like at 156, 158, you hear crazy screams. We've been talking about gun rack guy. We've been talking about all of these things. And then when it's been a while since we've gotten something new, again, it's awesome that Jules' reactions at True Crime was able to get that. It's the same stuff in a way. It's loud screaming. You hear wild shit. And so my question is, are we going to take the footage serious or not? When you just listen to the audio, you're like, damn, what are we hearing? Is it a fight? Is it a normal college town evening? Even though it's a quiet night that weekend, nobody's in town. It's very, very interesting. I played a clip on stream a couple of times. It's posted on my YouTube, and it's about 156. When you enhance the audio, I swear to God, you can hear somebody say they already killed Ethan and Xano. But then you go listen to this new time, you hear blood-curdling screams, loud, painful. Terrifying, to put it bluntly. Listen to this. Tell me if this sounds at least a little bit familiar. Brandon says, I think you and others obviously have proven beyond doubt they've messed with it. I'd just ignore someone who would refute it as plans are dumb as fuck. Redman says, I believe it was manipulated and I'm very confused by all, but I'm still so bothered that there has never been any footage of the cleanup hours. Does it seem strange we haven't? One of the things that I'm a little bit curious about is how anybody could still believe that this is Brian Koberger. But even before that, I believe that there was enough to show that there was a lot of activity going on that would make any reasonable person think to themselves, well, how come nobody heard anything? Not only do you see cars, you see people walking around outside. And now, with the new footage, you see people walk out of 1112. I went to college. I partied. I'm not saying that that's like, a feather in the cap for being 100% right. But Moscow, Idaho seems like a very small town, almost Midwestern, where I went, type of school. It doesn't seem like a Scottsdale, like a New York, like an LA, like a Miami, where 5 a.m. clubs are normal. I mean, all the bars shut down at 2 or 2:30, right? It seems like there are so many people up and active and lights on and cars driving at this time frame. They're saying this happened, yet at like midnight or even close to 7 a.m., I understand that it gets lighter, but it just seems like there's nothing. So 3 a.m. to 4 a.m. is the busiest time. And I get it. People are going to say, well, that's college. And I'm like, I understand that. But that much activity, I could see some activity, but there are still people getting picked up and driven around in a place where there's only like one Uber driver. I'm not going to even come out and say that that's fake because there's kids up that late. I know that it happens. It just seems like there's an overwhelming amount of people outside for damn near 4 a.m., 5 a.m. Like I could see 1 a.m., 2 a.m., close to 3 a.m., but it just seems like a lot. Type of 1 if you think that the timestamps are manipulated, where this happened earlier in the night. Thank you, Prescott. This is a part of one of my streams coming up. The grub truck footage says to the guys, welcome back. Yes, welcome back. And it could be, is it really welcome back? Like they see them all the time? Maybe. But it could also mean welcome back. They were just here. When you look at Officer Snyder's body cam, like I've gone through all these with so many filters. You see random garbage everywhere. But one of the things that people have talked about is like how there's 2 hands and like a face print. If the grub truck footage, this is all speculative. So let me just preface that. But in my head, I'm like, if the grub truck footage is manipulated or if it's not, whatever. But if they walked away with something in, that size of a container, was one of the girls being silly while people were in the kitchen and like pressed their face up against the glass. It's interesting too that Officer Snyder, he says something that I don't know if people really caught when he's looking at the window. Does anybody know what he said off the top of their head?
It kind of looks like there's dust over them. It kind of looks like there's dust over them. It kind of looks like there's dust over them.
Something that really, really stood out to me was, and I'll play both of these, when he walked up to these gentlemen right here, their body language, they want nothing to do with Snyder.
Is Keely the one that
Gunderson can't get this dude away from them quick enough. Oh, shit.
Is Keely the one that's upstairs?
There's no ambulances. We never saw the bodies get taken out. It's so weird. I only keep showing this type of stuff because it's important to keep hammering this home with footage. There are human instincts and giveaways that, if you think about great detectives, right? None of us are actual detectives, but when you think about what makes detectives great when they break a case, have you noticed it's never in the documents when they break it, really? It's a lawyer's job. The detectives pick up on little things. They have great instinct. And that's what I feel like the importance of this footage is for. What are you doing? Why are you talking to us? And is this guy serious right now?
They might have been at the carnival. I don't know how much you guys know.
This looks like when you're in youth sports or, you go up to your coach and you interrupt them and they're like, what does this kid want right now?
Last night, might have been at the corner club. This group of guys at the yard club.
And he says, might have been at the corner club.
Was possibly with them. And one of the couples, I think it might be one of the females, that's deceased, his ex-boyfriend came up earlier and was asking what was going on. So he's in the back of Mitch's car. But they were all with him last night till 2, so that's all I know so far. He knew this guy just walked all the way around and didn't see any blood, any running handles, or anything like that. I don't know. They might just let us, those guys. They seem pretty cooperative, but
we got prosecutors spooled up on,
Yeah, I just got called from actually public.
You got prosecutors pulled up on small.
I just got a call from that. They called the bill.
But there's a ton, obviously, you guys know it's a lot of apartments in there, so there's a lot of guys in there. A lot of apartments in there, so there's a lot of guys in there.
As you guys know, there's a ton of departments in there. We got a lot of guys in there right now. Well, he just walked out not that long ago, and he was with 2 other cops only, and he walked back to the house. I didn't see anybody else in there. This, in my opinion, this sounds like what a cop questioning somebody should sound like. Not what we heard in these interviews.
Is your address here?
Yeah, we all live here.
Oh, wait. Dude.
And a phone number for you? Okay. And you were with, what was your buddy's name? What's up there? You were at last night? And you were with?
Dude, hang on. Yeah, I gotta. That's not through Canva. That filter that I used last night, I paid and I uploaded it to a website to have it look like that. So I'm pissed at myself because it would have been the same price. It just would have taken way longer to download. I'm pissed that all I did last night was just the time in their house. So I won't be doing that again. I will be doing the entirety of the body cam, and it might take a day or two extra for the stream to see it. But yeah, I'm kind of kicking myself for that right now because that filter last night, I do believe would really, really show it. The only thing that I can think about doing here that might work. Yeah. Oh, so close, yet so far. No, I can do all that stuff. I just can't do it on Canva. So Hive, I hope you all have a fantastic Saturday. I just want you to know how much I appreciate you all. Thank you for tuning in. Please hit the like button. Please hit subscribe. Tomorrow evening is the mods roundtable. I can't wait for that. Buckle up over the course of the next week. No guests next week, strictly business. We're going to be diving into this. I've been putting in hours behind the scene to continue this pace of like what I did with the 1112 footage, even if it's just little things like what I just showed you right there with that cell phone. So looking forward to tomorrow night, and please go and check out thehivemindstore.com if you have not. Cheers, everyone.
Birds flying high. Sun in the sky, you know how I feel. Breeze drifting on by, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for